Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is your boy E-Bike Life, and today I'm gonna be doing a video on a special project. Okay, so this is gonna go to one of my subscribers, Jack. So he had recently ordered a qs205 V3 50H hub motor, 5,000 watts of 3.5T. Now the thing is that the dropout width is on those motors is 150 millimeters. The motor that's on my bike now is 150 millimeters, but the dropout spacing is a 135. So he was curious to see how did I fit it on my bike and everything. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm gonna be doing a breakdown on that real dropout and to show you what I did to get it to fit. Also, I did make some modifications to the dropout due to the fact that I let somebody rode my bike and they crashed it. They broke the derailleur on that one side, so I had to remake the whole dropout. Now, before then, it was working perfectly on the stock dropouts. Had no issues with it and everything. So, but this still pertains to the original dropout. Okay. Now, my frame is aluminum. Still is going to be a little better, but I had my motors on aluminum frame, and like I say, I thrashed it. Y'all seen in previous videos. My buddy did 72. We're gonna be doing a speed run, I think this weekend, to see how fast it really goes. We're gonna add about 10 amps of flux to it. Those speed runs that we did, me doing 64 miles an hour and he doing 72, that was with no flux at all, no flux enabled. So this time we're gonna add like 10 amps of flux and see how fast will it go. And but anyways, so in a little bit I got to do some repairs on. Anyways, I got a flat tire. It's not too bad, but I noticed that I was losing a little bit of pressure in the back. So, and another of my subscribers, I don't know if he subscribed to my channel, but he actually made a comment too of me using some baby powder. So what I'm gonna do, when I change this new tube, I'm gonna use some baby powder and throw some baby powder in the tire, and hopefully that'll prevent it from having flats and everything, because the tire is good. It's way better than the stock tire, and it's way puncture resistant. So it might be due to like maybe a pinch or like a snake pinch or something like that. But we're gonna get that fixed out and everything. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to show you, if y'all want to do this too. Thinking about putting the qs205, the 50 millimeter in the 150 millimeter in the 135 dropout frame. This is going to pertain to you too. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get the bike flipped upside down, and I'm gonna put the tube on and everything, and then we'll go ahead with the process. All right, as you can see, I got my oil off and everything. I had to change the tube because I was getting a slow leak in the one that was previously on it. So this is the old tube right here, and this is the new tube I just brought. This one's a little thicker. They say it's 20% more thicker. You can actually tell it. You can just feel it. It's a little bit heavier than this one right here. So I got the wheel off and everything. I disassembled all the stuff that came on it, so that way when I do reassemble it, y'all can see the process of me putting the torque arm, installing the torque arms on the axle, and the free wheel's already installed. But I'm gonna show you what you need to get to if you want a little bit of gears instead of a single one. And we're gonna go ahead and get this tire ready, so to put some baby powder in. So I got some of this right here. One of the people that comment on my video, I think when I ran over a pothole and it just busted the tire. Anyways, so I got some of this right here, and I think I'm gonna just sprinkle it on the tire and everything, then put the tube on and get the tire semi on the rim and pump it up and everything, and we should do that. So anyways, let me get this out of the way, and I'm gonna show you the dropout right quick. So let me get this wheel out of the way. Okay, so this is my dropout. You see I got the original dropout right here. This one was modified, and the reason why, like I said earlier in this introduction, is that when my friend rode it, he actually tore this derailleur hanger up, and I ordered the wrong one, and I welded it on there, but it wasn't a good weld. And my son rode it to school and came back and it was broke. And this is a real thin dropout. It's a lot thinner than this one right here, as you can see. But look, the dropout, there's nothing wrong with that dropout. As you can see, I've been bashing the heck out of this darn thing. My son rode it. My buddy rode it, the one that did the little 72 mile an hour speed test on it. It was at nighttime, but the stock one will work just fine. Actually, this is a little bit stretched. I had overstretched this a lot, and the reason why I did that is because I had an 8-speed freewheel on this thing, and there wasn't enough room for the axle to go. Well, actually, no room for the nut to go on the axle. The axle was just hanging right here, so I kind of had to rethink my logic of mechanic skills, and I ordered this freewheel. So it's just a picture of the Dropout. It's an okay weld and everything. I was thinking about wanting to paint it this blue, the same color as this bike, but I went ahead and just left it at that. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so let me go ahead and get this the tube and the tire on this rim, and then we're gonna look at the rim and everything, and I'm gonna get the camera ready so y'all can see what I'm doing with that rim. Okay, sorry to say this, but anyways, I just wanted to make note that I do like these Presto valves. It's better than the Schrader valves that's come in a standard bike, because of the double wall rim. It's a little longer and it sticks out a lot further out of the rim, so you don't have to be pressing against the tire, so that way the Schrader valve won't go back in the rim. So I like these better. If you want, I recommend getting these type of valves right here, the Presto valve setup for the qs205 motor. So one thing too, this motor right here, y'all, this is a beast of a motor right here. You really can't get nothing better. I mean, you probably can, but far as budget goes, you can't beat a qs205 no matter what. This is a 3.5 T right here. I like this. I like the speed, but I mean, putting on something light, as you can see right here, this is a light frame, aluminum frame right here. Putting this motor on this makes a world of a difference. I can't explain it better than that. You have to see for yourself. You build something like this, 72 volt battery, Sabaton 200 or 150 controller will do just fine. You're not gonna go wrong. You're gonna have a blast every time you ride it. Smile on your face. It's just a blast. I mean, I don't know. Just, you gotta see for yourself. So anyways, I'm gonna get this tube and tire on this rim right quick, and show you what the spacers I have and everything, how I set my torque arms and everything up on this bad boy. And so I'm gonna get this ready, then we'll go ahead and go with the procedure. All right, here we go. Got the tube and wheel on the rim, almost. I just felt the other side and it's not even on. Jesus Christ. I'm so glad I did that. Usually when you do this, you gotta check on both sides of the rim when you putting this tire on and everything. And to my surprise, I haven't did that. I thought everything was in. I'm just glad the tube didn't blow up. So right here, it wasn't on all the way. No wonder this give me hell. There, now it's on. Make sure it's on now. Okay. Oh, as you can see, I got the 3-speed freewheel on here. So if you want gears and everything, I recommend you getting this this 3-speed freewheel. It gives you a good decent top end power to pedal, and also has the low gear, so that way you can actually pedal too if you want to go a little bit faster. With this type of setup, it's unnecessary for you to pedal going that fast, that fast anyway. So I have this on here because I do pedal a lot without using the motor. Let me turn this off right here. And just to get my exercise on. But then, you know, when I'm going up hills, I use a little bit of motor. I keep it at power assist #1 because that's all I need. That max on that mode goes up to 20 miles an hour, and that's the fastest I can pedal with this on here. So when you order this qs205, this motor right here, get your 3-speed. If you want gears, get your 3-speed. If not, you can get the single speed. I have that too, but I got 3-speed on here. You can get this. You can pick this up on AliExpress, and they sell them for about $5 to $12. You know, so depending on where you get it from. So I just want to get down out there. So we're gonna go ahead and pump this tire up since I finally got the darn tire to lock on the rim. Get that up right there. And I usually pump this around about 30 psi. That's the max I put it. No higher and a little bit no lower. Maybe you can probably go by with 26 psi. But you want to get it around about 30 psi. That's because the motor is heavy, and when you're going around curves and everything, you don't want it to be slipping on you. I mean, not that it happened to me, but I'm just saying, you know, and things can happen. So we had 30 psi on the gauge down here. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect that. Let's go ahead and check the wheel, make sure that tire is on correctly. Okay, the tire is on. All right, so here we go. Brakes, or the distance, I might say. So to start off, you want to get you some washers. Get you a bunch of these right here. And the reason why you want washers, because you want to make clearance for the caliper so it won't rub against the motor, okay? So that's why you want to test fit it, okay? So this is how much washers that was required for me to actually mount the rotor on the wheel. So I just needed 6 of them. And how to do this, now how I do this is I just place them on top of the threads here where the screw is going to go in. And you just want to carefully do this. Now some might not stay on because the motor cable is going to be in the way, but this is how I did it. And then you want to get it the letters facing outward. So as you see on the other side, if you get this type of rotor, if you just get a plain rotor, it doesn't matter, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but okay. It's a little bit of like careful. You got to kind of slide this rotor through these cables and the Hall sensor wires and everything. You want to get it, then snake it all the way down. Snake that bad boy down, and just carefully kind of get it through that axle. You got to wiggle, and boom, and let it sit right there. And then you want to get you some screws, the same screws that came off your your existing brake hub motor. I mean your hub on your original bike. These will work right here. So got a star bit too, or a torque bit type head, and you want to just go ahead and start them. Like I said, this is kind of more, this is the time consuming part right here. You want to have you want to have that clearance, you know what I mean? Because like I say, this motor's pretty on the heavy side, and you don't want to keep taking this thing off and readjusting it. So you want to get it right the first time, you know what I mean? And so anyways, So I put the baby powder in the tire, but I can tell you this, my tire gonna be smelling good now. The tube's gonna be smelling baby fresh. That's a little joke. Just trying to lighten up the scenery a little bit. So I got a washer here that's not on all the way. So I'm using the zip tie, piece of a zip tie to kind of get it where I want it. I gotta take this loose right here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is put the screws in right quick, and then we'll check the clearance on the caliper to the motor. Okay. All right. So I got the screws and everything tightened up, but in your case, you want to just have them snug, just leave them loose a little bit. And now you want to set this up right. Set that bad boy up right there. And you want to get a caliper, you know, if you got one laying around, and you want to do this right here. Just test fit it. And see, I have at least about maybe a 1/4 inch clearance between the caliper and the motor. So that's good. Some in some cases you can go about with just mounting it straight on the motor, but in my case I had to have it, you know, right here to make clearance because of the calipers that I have. So you just want to check your clearance. If it's too tight, then add some washers. If it's just right, then leave it as that. And then another thing too, when you install this thing, make sure you want to have clearance between these nuts or screws and this motor cable. Okay? Because if you don't, you're gonna wreak havoc on these cables and burn up that control over there. You definitely don't want to do that. So just to nip it all in the bud, get it right the first time, make sure you have clearance between the rotor and these screws right here and the motor cable. Okay, so now here's another hard part. Now we got to get the wheel to get installed in this darn dropout, and we have to make torque arms or get torque arms. Okay, do not run this thing without torque arms. You might get away with it with a 1,000 watt, 500 and all that stuff. This thing will rip right out of that torque that dropout, and who knows what might happen. It didn't happen to me because I know what would happen if something like that do happen. You know, you're going 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour on this thing, and then just give it some good gas and or acceleration for that matter, because it's not motorized, or it is, but you know what I'm talking about. And this thing twists right out of the dropout. Whew. So okay, so we are ready to get the drop now. This might be a little different setup to what you're going through, but my setup, since I use this bike to tow my daughter with, so I had to come up with something crafty and make the torque on with this little hitch. Now this little hitch came with the trailer. Now what I did, I welded this on it. So if you do got a welder, this is going to come in handy. The welder is, because you can make a torque arm to where you have to put this wheel on, and then where you want the torque arm is up to you. Find out where you want it. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm stopping. So here's some washers. You want at least about 2 or 3, okay? You want a couple washers, okay? These are 16 millimeter washers, okay? That's what you want to pick up. All right. So we're gonna install one washer, okay? That's pretty much what you need to install as well. Just one washer. You want to have clearance between your dropouts and this motor too, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and install it right quick. Get this motor cable out the way. I don't know if y'all can see, but we're gonna get this turned right quick. right, so it's just one washer right there. You might need two, you might need three, depending on your bike. So we're gonna slide that in. Okay, but now before we get this one, we got to install the torque arm, which is the one I made. Like I say, it could be different. You might not have to use this, but if you don't need to use this, but I recommend using this torque arm, get some washers. You need 2 washers, okay? You need at least 2 of these to make clearance, okay? But since we don't need washers, we're using this. We're gonna go ahead and install that in right quick. And now you need to go ahead and slide it in. Make sure you get it in the brake, the rotor between your pads on your caliper. Okay, now it's in. So we got the wheel on. Okay, let me take the camera out real quick because y'all want to see this. All right. So you see there's clearance between the motor cable and the nut right here. I mean the screw. Now as soon as I finish with this, I'm gonna have this zip tied along the frame, and it's gonna route through between my crank and the controller, my narrow wire chain ring right there, you see. But it's gonna sneak through right there, and it's gonna go up to the controller, and then it's gonna loop around, and then we're gonna get it over there. So we got that in, and now we're gonna move this motor cable out the way, and we're gonna spring it up here right quick. Okay, so dropouts right there. I got good real estate on some threads right here. That's enough to get me the 2 nuts that was provided with this motor on here. And I don't have a flare nut, so I have to use a standard one that you get at the hardware store, and it's just a washer right here. This is actually another 16mm washer, but my supplier had sent me some more flare nuts. I hope I'm saying it right for my motor and everything. But in the meantime, I can use these to go on there. So I got clearance, as you can see. I got good clearance between my caliper and my motor. I got good clearance between the pads and the rotor. They're not rubbing against each other and everything. So we got all that cleared out. So we're gonna go ahead and get this torque arm as, and this doesn't, I mean, like I said, depending on what bike you have. I have this right here, this axle right here came with a little threaded slot right here. And what I did, I drilled this out just a little bit bigger using my little makeshift, my drill broke, so that's what I'm using to, don't laugh at me, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna get one Friday. My drill over there broke, so I had to use that one over there. So anyways, but drill this out, and I have a nut and bolt or right here that's gonna go and gonna secure this torque arm, so this wheel will not move at all, or this axle won't move in this here dropout. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get this tightened up. Not tighten up all the way, but we're gonna get it snug, and then we're gonna work on the other side. So if you're gonna use something different other than this here, this torque arm right here that came with the motor, you can actually, they do have these too. Okay. Now they do have these right here too that comes with a little arm with a bolt and screw that goes on in this small hole right here, and then you can position this thing where you want it, how you can fit it. Okay. And then now if you have a welder, you would like to get this part welded, get this part right here welded that pivots. The more this thing is sturdy, the better off you will be with this axle moving. Okay, so if you do have this, you know what I'm saying, get 2 of them, one for this side and one on the other side. Okay, so that's my tip right there if you're going to be using this type of a torque arm rather than this. Also, don't use the hose clamps. don't use the hole clamps. Okay, get you a screw or something. Okay, if you can do if you have to use the hole clamps, then use it, but make sure you use 2. But I will use I will just find somewhere that you can screw this on, and so you can keep it out. So I'm gonna put that right there. So anyways, we're gonna get this snugged up, cause where is my I just had, oh, there it is. So now I can go ahead and put my nut in. So my nut's in, my bolt's in. Let me go take a look at this side. You see it right there? Right there, it's in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my nut on the side and tighten it and get this kind of tightened up right there. And we're gonna put our my 16 by 1.5 nut on this axle. All right, so I got those in right there, and as you see, I got me a little washer right there just to keep this from spinning or coming up when you do tighten this here nut on this axle right here. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this here bolt. You want to tighten that on up right quick. So let me go ahead and grab my 10 millimeter wrench and a socket. And and don't get too discouraged about this setup right here, because it's if you mechanically inclined, this is pretty easy to do. And you want to tighten this up, not too tight where it's going to break the darn nut or the bolt. So you want to get that nice and tight, and then you want to come here and kind of snug this up just a little bit. Just snug it up just a little bit, so that way you can go around and get the other one tight. And then the socket size for those nuts is a 24 millimeter. Just to let y'all know. And we're gonna come around here and we're gonna get this side tight. Now, okay, now here is the other side, my little makeshift side that I did. Now, I got the washer in, and then here's my torque arm. I'm gonna slide that in, just like that, and then go straight down with it, okay? Go straight down with it, because I had drilled some holes where I'm gonna put this here bolt in right here. So, and you just wanna just put that bolt in, and you wanna get it tightened up. Now, since I made this hole right here, this here bolt's too small. So I do have another one, so I'm gonna go get that one and use that. So let me go grab that and I'll be right back. All right, so I found the nut. Went out there in the toolbox and I came across one of these bolt screw, if you want to call it, but I don't know why I keep calling it nut. But anyways, I had found one, and let's see, let's check the clearance. Man, can't even look at it. Anyways, that's perfect. You see it sticking out, it's not touching the free wheel and everything. That's perfect right there. So we can go and screw that in, and we're gonna get our nut on this axle ring. So let's go ahead and get that done right there. And I'm gonna wrap with y'all for a little bit. So anywho, so anyways, yeah, this is one hell of a bike right here, and I don't know if I'm gonna get any hate comments on this one right here, but if y'all want something built like this, I mean, I can build a bike like this. I mean, it's exact same replica as you can see here. I mean, minus this setup right here, because the stock Dropout will work just fine. With these torque arms, I can mod these torque arms to be on this axle, on this frame. So I can do it just like this. Now, you can do it cheaper. I like to say I invested $3 in this bike, as you can see right now, but you can go cheaper. You don't have to get the pedals and the crank. I mean, you can keep it stock. You don't have to buy the rail with the clutch on it. You can keep it stock, you know what I'm saying? Then you can add stuff on it as you can You know what I'm saying, as you progress with the bike and everything. So the like I say, it's about, I say the total me doing something like this about 2,800 net, and then you know, get the parts and everything here, and see if we got, don't want that cross threaded, so let's just make sure that don't get cross threaded, because all right, that's good. So me getting the bike, putting it together, you know, taking it out the box, putting it together, putting all the mod stuff on it, test it out, make sure it goes good, take it back apart, put it in the box with the battery attached to it and everything. The controller's gonna be attached. All you have to do when you get it, you have to put the front wheel on, handlebars on, but the cable, the brakes and everything will be attached to it. And that's about it. So it'll be back in the original box that it came out of. It'll just have the motor, so it'll be a lot heavier because of the motor and the battery. But yeah, I say about 2,800 to do so. I think it's worth it though, to tell you the truth. And you can't go wrong with building something like this. You know what I mean? I know these motors come on, you know, heavier frame bikes, like the Steph Bummer cones and everything, and the I think there's another one, but anywho, there's only one person that I saw has this motor on a bike like this, and I think his YouTube channel is All Things Electric. He has the same setup, but instead of him running a 72 volt battery and a 200, he's running a 150 Sabaton with a 48 volt LiPos. And his was a little, I'm not going to say what's the best word I can say? It just, mine looks better. They just say that. So now I got this snug up and everything. And what you want to do is you want to go and you want to tighten each nut at one out there. So you want to come over here and you want to just you want to get this tight. You know what I'm saying? Get it snug. You want to come over here and you want to just keep snugging it up until you can't do it no more, and then you go ahead and torque it down, and that will finalize this motor and a dropout right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these torqued down right quick, because I think we already got. Let's see, did we tighten this up right here? If not, then we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I might need another 10 in the back. So yeah, so let me go get a 10 millimeter socket, so I can tighten this, put on this here bolt and tighten the nut on the back. Another thing to do is you want to do is look over the wheel and make sure you have adequate spacing between your tire and the frame right here. Okay, it should be perfectly in line with the drop tube, the seat post tube right here. So just make sure you have that. If not, you might have to add some either washers on this side or the other side, just to get your some wiggle room in this player right here. So you want to make sure you have that spacing right there. Okay. All right, hard part's done. So now it's all about getting the cable routed through the frame. And as you can see, I got two nuts on this dropout. On the other side, I have a single one because there's no room for it. But my theory, if you just have a locking nut on here, it won't back out. I never had a nut back out on my dropout, so I never experienced the axle coming out of the dropout and everything like most people do. So now what we're going to do now is going to route this cable through the frame on this here dropout, where this dropout goes, and up on this here where the lower bracket at. Get it all routed, and how I do it, since there's barely any room you can't just put it like this. You know, can't fit it through the controller in the chain ring, so you have to kind of snake it in there. That's how I have to do mine anyways. This, like say, this varies between I guess the bikes and however you want to route your cable. But me, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be routed like that. So we'll go ahead and get that routed right quick. And this is the old style cable. The new style have just the rubber. This is the old style right here. So we're gonna get that routed just like this. And then another thing, like I say, you want to make sure you have that clearance between these between your screws right here that's holding the rotor in and your motor cable. Okay, so make sure you have that before you take off. Okay, so I have some, I don't know if I'm gonna need them. So I got some long ones, some 14-inch ones, and then I have 11-inch ones right here. So I think we're going to be using these right here. The only hard part is when you do get a flat, you have to cut the cable ties. But usually I just cut them from here to here, from up here, and then I can just pick the wheel and just bring it over right here, and then I can change the tube and put it back. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put one right here. Okay, just make sure you get it nice and snug right there. And then another one. Now these, since these are gonna go over my hydraulic cable, these right here, you don't have to give them snug. But if you don't have hydraulic brakes, then you can just you can tighten them up real tight. But we're gonna just have it kind of like, you know, snuggy up on it there. And then the third one, and then we'll just nice and tidy on that one. Okay. And then we're gonna get the snips and cut them. See where they at. Where are they? Boy, oh, look at that. Boy, I tell you one thing, I lose my darn head if it wasn't attached to my darn shoulders. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that. So we got that side. Now we gotta go on the other side right quick. And get that side done right there. And then we're just gonna route that just like so. And it's gonna come right on top of the bottom controller, because the controller is actually facing upside down. So we want to get a motor tie a cable tie right there, and that just be out the way of the chain ring. You don't want to be rubbing against that. And then and lay it against that, and then what it's going to do is going to loop around just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the screwdriver and the nuts. Not the nuts. God dang it! Why I keep saying screws? We're gonna get the screws, and we're going to put these wires back where they were, color coordinated. So we got yellow and yellow. So we got the yellow. I don't know if y'all wouldn't even want to watch this. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory where to put the phase wires at. You just want to make sure you have them tight and everything. And like I say, if anybody wants to do a setup like this, soon if you have the skills, a little bit of skills, or like the know-how to, it's gonna be an easy install. I think the hardest part is just the torque arms. You gotta properly mount the torque arms, and I think that'll do it. And you got to have those nuts tightened up right there real tight, so they won't budge or nothing like that. So we're gonna turn this wheel, and we're gonna mount that last little screw on. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's on the green. it's all tight. So the rest of the stuff, I mean, you can pretty much do Hall sensor connections. You gotta just plug that in and stuff like that. Now I had a little piece of rubber going over this, so just to protect a little bit from dirt and water and everything. And then the extra Hall sensor, you just kind of zip tie it up. Just kind of make it a little neat. I mean, can't really make it too neat because of the fact that it's just a lot of wires and everything all over the place. But if you just kind of sort them out with these zip ties, and you'll definitely be good to go. Like I say, one of my subscribers wanted me to break it down for him, so that way when he get his new motor in, I think he's putting on another bike. So he'll know exactly what he needs to do as a hooking one of these up to his bike and everything. I think he's excited. He's excited. He can't wait to get that qs205 in, and I'm excited for him, to tell you the truth. I want to see him run it. So we're gonna be waiting on that. He's actually on my Facebook group, so he'll send some pictures, and everybody that's subscribed to my channel and that's in my Facebook group page, they'll see it too. So yeah, man, so as soon as you get it, man, let me know, and so I can see what you're working with and everything. So anyways, that is it for as far as putting this motor in and everything. And that's how if you decide to get one of these motors right here and want to install on a frame like this, this is the way to go. It's just that you just got to have the mechanical skills, know how to fabricate some torque arms and get it all straight and everything. So let me show you our picture one more time. So like I say, it's all nice and done. We got clearance. We got clearance on the motor cable and the screw that's in the rotors, so we ain't got to worry about no rubbing and everything like that. Kickstand can go down. Got the cable out of the way of the tire, you can see right there. So, and look at that bad boy, 200A. That is a beast of a controller, man. This is a hell of a combination right here. So, oh man, that concludes this video. I hope it helps out, and if you're watching, Jack, man, if it helps you out, let me know in the comments or on the Facebook group page, or on my just message me, you know what I'm saying? But if anybody wants to do something like this, it's fairly easy. I can try to build one for you and everything. So, you know, it's you see my videos on this bike and everything. I climb hills. I walk it on every now and then. My buddy walks it every time he rides it. So if y'all have any comments to explain what's going on with this build right here, let me know, and just give this video a like and everything. And this is your boy E-Bike Life, and I will see you in the next one.